Info streamers, baie welkom. Ons is lekker om terug te wees, né?
Ja, kom.
Heerlik om terug met die naweek in jou sit.
Jy sit so ver weg. Dit voel vir my asof jy op pad is daar na die kosmaakplek.
Kyk so hier uit die kamera uit, so stuk.
Jy is op pad om Julia is heeltemal reg, dis lekker om terug te wees, maar ek dink sy wil nader na die vuurmaakplek toe skuif.
Ja, ek dink.
Is jy honger vanoggend?
Ja, ek is nogal honger nou dat jy daarvan praat. Ek sit te wonder die hele tyd wat gaan ek lunch maak.
Ons 'n bietjie daaroor gesels. Bietjie daaroor gesels. Baie dankie vir julle geduld. Ons het 'n paar tegniese uitdagings gehad wat ons moes uitsorteer.
Ja, Dirk, kom ons praat die waarheid. Hoekom ons regtig nie was nie.
Ons so breek wat.
Ek het 'n formele klag teen Dirk gaan lê by die feeskomitee.
Ja.
Oor sy kort broekies en sy wit bene.
Ja.
En so dit was nou vir 3 dae lank 'n dissiplinêre verhoor geweest. Ek het ongelukkig verloor want Dirk is die hoof van die feeskomitee, so hy het die besluit geneem.
En toe vanoggend as straf vir Julia, toe het sy haar kortbroek aangetrek. Haar jeans kortbroek, so dit pas so in by vandag se gesprek. Motorfiets hier in die agtergrond. Nie verniet nie. Ons gaan lekker gesels oor hierdie nuwe maatskappy in Namibia. Hier is die naam Namibia Motorcycles, daar het julle dit. Ons gaan lekker met Chris Wright gesels. Nou, dis nie enige motorfiets. Dis 'n baie interessante motorfiets met 'n baie lang geskiedenis wat terugdateer na die Tweede Wêreldoorlog toe. Ek dink bietjie ouer is Harley Davidson, om die waarheid te sê.
Kan wees.
Ja.
Jy sal my gaan vandag natuurlik weer baie leer want ek is mos nou nie 'n baie kenner nie. So.
Ja.
Ek moet oplet in die klas.
Ja, ons het besluit en hoekom ons so lank gewag het om met Chris Wright en sy span te gesels is omdat hulle baie besig was in Namibia met die vestiging van die nuwe motorfietsmaatskappy. Die tweede ding is, en ek dink dit moet eintlik eerste wees, is die ontwikkeling van 'n toeragentskap met motorfietsse, die Himalayan wat daar agter staan. Ons gaan nou ook vir julle 'n foto wys van hom. 'n toer verskillende roetes wat hulle ontwikkel het hier in Namibia. En hulle het werklik waar hulle tyd gevat en Namibia verken van hoek tot kant. Nou hierdie gesprek wou ons graag gehad het op 'n Dinsdag of 'n Woensdag, toerisme of op ons motoring show, maar die span is doeteenvoudig net nie beskikbaar nie. Toe het ons besluit, goed, ons maak vandag vir hulle 'n plek hier op die bank, want hulle het al so lank al gevra, kan hulle kom saamgesels. En ek het gesê, natuurlik gaan ons 'n tyd maak. So, gegee die beskikbaarheid vandag, ons het besluit, ons gesels vandag met hulle. Maar praat van gesels, wie gesels saam.
Ons staan 'n paar mense wat by ons aangesluit het. Vincent van Rooyen was vanoggend heel eerste, hy sê môre julle almal baie welkom by ons Vincent.
Môre Vincent.
En Natia sê jy welkom terug. Ek is bly jy het ons gemis.
Ja, dankie.
Dit is so goed om te weet die mense het ons dan so 'n bietjie gemis.
Ja, wel, ek het 'n oproep gehad uit van Kroonstad wat gesê het, en dit is nou familie, wat gesê het, wat gaan aan en waar is julle?
Wat is fout?
Wat het gebeur, jy weet. Ja.
En dan Vincent natuurlik hier gevra, praat ons van Royal Enfield en dit is absoluut reg, ja.
Ons gaan ons gaan daaroor gesels en ek gaan nou hard druk vandag om te kyk of ek nie miskien nie 'n Himalayan of die ander 650 kan kry vir 'n toetsrit week nie. Ek is ook al nuuskierig. Julia, jy sal nie glo nie dat so 'n klomp jare gelede was ek absoluut oortuig daarvan en ek was besig daarmee om vir my so 6 Royal Enfields te koop met sy spanne.
O nee.
En dan by die kus te begin, dan kan mense die motorfietsse hier met die sidecars.
O ja.
En toe kon ek die agentskap kry wat my kon help om die goed in te voer nie. En uiteindelik toe vestig ouens hulle self aan die Kaap. En op hierdie stadium loop daar 15 of meer Royal Enfields met sidecars. Wat toeriste gebruik en hulle toer so om die Kaap, dan gaan hulle daar na Saldanha toe, gaan hulle Gordons Bay, hulle doen so 'n roete. So absolutely fantastic.
Awesome stuff.
Ja. So ons gaan met Chris gesels. Ek wil net nog 'n dingetjie sê, môre weer lekker kos maak. Gepraat van kos maak. Hier is Alstad se menu vir hierdie week. Game stroganoff, dit lyk lekker. Served with spatzel.
Sien, ek is klaar so honger.
Ja, nou het julle dit. Ons het nou ons het nou besluit ons gaan praat oor kos, Julia.
Ja.
Maar ek kan nie wag vir môre nie. Môre gaan ons kyk na die wamboer.
Maar nee.
Die bestanddele van die wamboer pizza.
Awesome. Dit is natuurlik een van hulle of die mense se gunsteling
Ja,
bytjies.
absoluut. Die wamboer pizza. So ons gaan lekker daarna kyk môre. Intussen ons is vandag hier by Nico's. So ons sê net vir dankie vir Nico's.
Van dit vir ons op Vrydag.
Here we go, we back.
Wat is hy?
Hoekom praat ek nou Engels met jou?
Ons gaan nou Engels met ons gas
O ja,
praat. Ek dink jy's besig
ek oefen net
om
so
op te warm so lank 'n
Ek oefen
bietjie.
net so klein bietjie.
Nog mense by ons aangesluit, Dirkas Paul Fireavond. Hy is by ons. Hy sê môre Paul, ek sien jy's daar van Ondangwa af. Dit weet bietjie vir ons hoe lekker warm julle daar in die noorde kry. En dan is Sarah Bennett. Sy sê good morning from the sunshine capital of Africa, Windhoek. #Namibia motorcycle.
Ja.
Sarah sit natuurlik hier by ons.
Sarah kuier saam met ons vanoggend.
Saam met Chris.
Ja. En Sarah het ook gister vir ons die baie mooi foto's gestuur wat ons nou met julle gaan deel. Soos ek sê, ons gesels vandag oor hierdie nuwe toermaatskappy Namibia Motorcycles. En dan gaan ons na van hierdie fietsse kyk. Nou in die agtergrond staan van hulle, maar omdat dit bietjie donkerder hier is, kan 'n mens dit nie mooi sien nie, maar ek het vir julle foto's gebring. So Chris en Sarah aan die span het moeite gedoen en hulle die motorfietsse vir ons gebring vanoggend. As jy nou gou maak en jy gou kom kyk hoe lyk hulle. Maar ons gaan nou meer inligting kry. Gepraat van motorfietsse, kom ons kyk gou na die advertensie van Global Parts. En ook baie dankie vir hulle getroue ondersteuning.
Okay, now I know your car might be old. Not this old, but old still. But don't worry, Hayes Old Mais nog niet koud. Global Parts has got you covered. All of your old cars come through. Maybe get a service kit, a little bit of this oil, and get that baby up and running again. Southern Industrial, number 3 Naismith Street. Come down to Global Parts. We got you.
Welcome to Yamaha Windhoek, where we stock a wide range of lubricants and oils. We also stock an extensive range of accessories and riding gear. We sell a wide range of motorcycles, new and used. Yamaha Windhoek's got tires in stock for all makes and models. Yamaha's got a fully equipped workshop and competent mechanics to make sure your bike is always running right. Yamaha Windhoek, your one-stop biking shop.
Ons is terug, Jules.
Yes.
Verlede naweek was natuurlik propvol aktiwiteite, daar het 'n klomp goed gebeur. Kan jy onthou wat gebeur het?
Ja, natuurlijk.
Is dit?
Al wat vir my gebeur het was die Rugby World Cup
Ja.
geweest, natuurlijk.
Ja, ek moet sê dit was 'n ongelooflike
Ek dink ook dit was 'n
nailbiter.
ongelooflike
Maar
wedstryd
ek wil
geweest.
ja, ek wil vir jou 'n ding vra. Ek wil glad nie terug gaan so intoe nie. Dis klaar, dis verby. Wat gebeur het gebeur, maar ek wil vir jou 'n vraag vra. As Suid-Afrika sou verloor het met 'n punt of 2 wat ek al. Dink jy dat Suid-Afrika sou so negatief gereageer het soos by die All Blacks reageer op hierdie stadium, of sou hulle so kleinlik gewees het om dan die All Blacks en of die skeieregter so sleg te sê? Dink jy dit is 'n land en sy mense ding, of dink jy dit is in die siel van die verloorder
Ek dink
om dan
maar-
foute te vind?
Ek weet nie of Suid-Afrika dit sou doen nie. Ek dink almal die ref was regverdig geweest. Ons het 2 geel kaarte gehad, hulle het 'n geel kaart en 'n rooi kaart gehad. Albei het foute gemaak.
Ja.
Albei het goed gespeel. Ek dink dit was 'n baie goeie regverdige wedstryd geweest. Ek dink is absoluut nou maar net sore losers, soos hulle in
Ja.
Engels dit noem, ja.
Nee, dit baie dankie. Dit strook met wat ek van net dink. Daar's mos die ou storie van jy weet as jy sê spook, gaan kyk wie staan agter die deur.
Ja.
Gaan soek jouself maar waar jy hoort.
En ek wil net vir jou sê Dirk, ek het die finals hier gekyk in Nikos.
Ja.
Hierdie plek was so vol geweest
Ja.
dat jy nie kon beweeg nie.
Ek het gesien, baie dankie vir die video.
Ons het hier voor op hierdie tafel gesit, heel voor teen die big screen, maar die mense het teen die reilings gehang, hier
Ja.
op hierdie counter
Ja.
gestaan.
Ja.
Dit was absoluut chaos geweest. Die gees was lekker. Toe hulle Suid-Afrika se landslied speel, het almal natuurlik in Nikos
Opgestaan, ek het
en
gesien.
saam gesing. Dit was regtig 'n ongelooflike gees en ja, ek is net bly die bokke het gewen. As hulle nie gewen het, sou dit seker nie so lekker gewees het nie, maar
Almal het gesit
nou
en ween. Ouens gepraat van sommer net motorkar en advertensies. Daar's Andrei van Auto Traders, 0813877029. As jy sou belangstel. En dan wil ek ook net so vinnig, terwyl ons 'n oombliekie het, wil ek net gou vir Abigail van Funeral Solutions ook net erkenning gee by 0816249191. En Julia, ja, wie sê nog wat? Laat ons kyk wie gesels saam vanoggend.
Ansy daar van die kus af, sy het ook aangesluit. Sy sê hallo, dis lekker koud hier by ons.
Ja, stuur vir ons aansien.
Stuur ons 'n bietjie koelte.
Ek het nou besef hoekom Namibiërs by in Langstrand of Henties of Swakop, hoekom hulle huise koop daar of in Walvis Bay. Want hierdie tyd van die jaar, dan trek hulle hier uit Windhoek uit. Dan trek hulle see toe, want
Ja,
dit is te koel daar. Nou wag hulle weer tot dit daarso begin warm raak, dan kom hulle weer terug.
Ja, ek dink natuurlik die kus gaan hierdie jaar, ek dink hy gaan rekordvol wees teen Desember hierdie jaar, hoor.
Hoekom sê jy so?
Ek weet nie, ek het net so gevoel almal het so 'n bietjie begin herstel na ek wil nou nie eintlik daai naam noem nie, dis 'n vloekwoord na COVID, dit is nou omtrent ja, was nou maar die 1 Desember gewees mos na COVID, almal het geld gehad het. Ek dink mense kon 'n bietjie herstel hierdie jaar en die wat nie laas jaar vakansie kan nou nie, kon nou nie, gaan natuurlik hierdie Desember seker gaan. Ek dink Windhoek gaan natuurlik doodstil wees. Wat ek dink is wonderlik.
Ja.
Is lekker om in Windhoek te wees as jy niks aangaan.
Ja. Nee, en dit voel tog vir my asof ons hierdie naweek daaroor gesels lekker saamgekuier met Mark Barnard en Mike van Michael Jess. Baie dankie, dit was 'n heerlike kuiertjie geweest. En dit alhoewel die ouens sê die ekonomie is aan die herstel, is daar baie mense wat sê die ekonomie het nog nie herstel nie.
Ja, ek
Maar
dink
da-
die ekonomie het herstel en ek dink die mense Dit gaan net dalk 'n bietjie beter met die week.
Maar kan ek vir jou een ding vertel?
Yes.
Dat as ek die afgelope tyd vir jou moet sê, hoeveel mense het gesê, ek kan so bietjie ekstra spandeer hierdie jaar want ek kry 'n bonus.
Ja. Dis die ding, ja.
Dit het die afgelope 3-4 jaar nie bestaan nie.
Ja.
En ewe skielik is die kooptendens het heeltemal verander met ingrype so dat mense begin beplan vir oorseese vakansies en aankope ter voorbereiding van die Kersfees en die nuwe jaar. En dit laat my dink dat daar definitief 'n mate van herstel is in die land se ekonomie op hierdie stadium. Goed.
Ek moet vir jou sê Dirk, ek was nou bietjie by 'n winkel gewees wat redelik goedkoop pryse altyd het en 4 sakkies met necessities. Ek praat nou van tandepasta.
Ja.
Seep. Daar was kookolie by gewees. Kookolie het duur geraak.
Ja.
Net 4 sakkies was R1200.
Ja.
Dis belaglik. Ek weet nie hoe sekere mense survive nie.
Ek het nou die dag 'n absurde stelling gehoor van iemand, 'n minister nogal van 'n land. Nou nie ons land nie. Wat gesê het kookolie het so duur geraak op die rakhou as gevolg van Brent kruolie se pryse.
Okay.
Maar wat dink jy daarvan?
Okay.
Ek sien niks meer.
Was hy blond? Sorry, blond.
As jy hier stop soek sal jy hond ook kry.
DJ Skippy het op ons aangesluit of Skippy, hy sê môre mooi mense, baie welkom by die show. Maak Barnard het aangesluit. Hy sê hallo julle lekker mense. Dirk, jou haircut lyk awesome. Check nou vir jou, hier kom 'n kompliment.
Ek het 'n knippie gekry. Ek het 'n knippie gekry.
Ja, hy sê julle lekker
baie
mense.
dankie Marcus.
Dis warm in ou 61. Yes,
Ja.
ek voel jou. Ons sit wel in die skare weer.
Ja.
Half in die koelte, maar dit is nog steeds lekker warm hier binne.
Maak as jy nou kyk, in die eerste plek het julle my nou gemotiveer die naweek om so 'n bietjie iets aan my hare te doen. In my voorkoms,
Voorgesê.
hierdie wit vel bietjie meer in die son kom, maar die tweede ding is, moet ek vir eerlikwaar sê, dit help net met hierdie geweldige warm weer. As jy nou 'n keppietjie op het of
Ja.
selfs in die aand. As jy nou 'n kort koppie het soos ek nou. En dit voel nog steeds by hare is bietjie lank, ek wil dit eintlik sny soos Antonies se. Maar dis weer 'n sonpaneel wat hy het. Dan help dit tog as jy dan so 'n bietjie.
Ja.
Dis net my baard wat ek dink iets moet aangedoen moet word.
Jy
Maar
moet hom
nou-
net nie af.
Ja, maar nou gister het
Ons moet nog 'n foto wys van hoe jy sonder jou baard.
ek gaan dit opsit vir ons sommer vir môre. Dan kan julle sommer sien Dirkas gelyk sonder sy baard. Goed, ons gaan 'n promootjie speel en dan gaan ons vir Chris Wright sê welkom op die bank en dan gesels ons 'n bietjie oor die nuwe toermaatskappy en die motorfietsse. En interessant genoeg, die geskiedenis daarvan. Ons gaan 'n bietjie teruggaan na die geskiedenis van Royal Enfield. En dis baie interessant. En dan hoe hulle belang gestel het in Namibia en die ontwikkeling wat tans besig is om te gebeur. Ons is nou weer terug by julle en dan kan julle lekker saamgesels of julle vra as julle sou wou.
InfoStream Namibia live streaming or online publishing allows you to watch and listen to the show in real time, giving you greater access to educational, informative and educative content. There may be situations where, due to technical difficulties, a live stream may not be available. Whilst every effort will be made to ensure the live streaming and relevant websites are updated and working, InfoStream Namibia takes no responsibility and cannot be held liable for the unavailability of live streaming in part or in full due to technical issues beyond its control. Therefore, it should be noted that no protection is afforded to participants for comments made during its shows, which are subsequently challenged in a court of law and determined to be deliberately slanderous, or for any comments made by interviewees, contributors, or online participators. The views of interviewees, advertisers, and/or participators do not necessarily reflect the views of InfoStream Namibia. Live streams and recordings of scheduled and additional content remain the property of InfoStream Namibia and are protected by copyright. Access to live streams and recordings of the show content is provided for commercial use. Videos, images, and audio must not be altered, reproduced, or republished without the permission of InfoStream Namibia. Images, videos, or other content provided to InfoStream Namibia is done by contributors or participators' choice, and InfoStream Namibia is therefore authorized by such entity or persons for use on InfoStream Namibia. For any commercial or media inquiries, please contact InfoStream Namibia at infostreamnamibia @gmail.com.
Okay, there we go. I think we must just move the camera a little bit. Why are you so tall? Because your head is.
I normally sit like this. Yeah.
Is it?
So
I think maybe you should
to slouch a bit.
Otherwise, I must just go and change. Okay, you slouch a little bit.
Yeah.
You much taller than what I thought.
Sorry.
Yeah. Antoni, can you do me a favor and just tilt our camera ever so slightly? Yeah, you just take it at the back.
Yeah,
and just otherwise
get my best
up
angle.
a bit. There you go. That's it. There we go. Now you can sit upright.
Thank you, sir.
Like so.
Yeah.
Like a real.
Like a BMW rider.
Like a yeah.
Sit up and bag.
Yeah.
Like a Royal
Enfield rider traveling through Namibia
Yeah.
on the Himalayan.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the Royal Enfields.
Okay.
Classic motorcycle with a classic history. If you can or do know, approximately when did they start with the Royal Enfield production line?
1901.
1901.
Built like a gun since 1901
Yeah.
is the strap line. So yeah, it's a small factory in a little town called Redditch near Birmingham in the UK.
Now I just repeat that. So it's okay. It started in
1901. Yeah.
in Redditch.
A place called Redditch.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is just south of Birmingham in the UK. They started making bicycles pre the First World War. So that's where it all started in somebody's backyard.
It was an Enfield bicycle.
Yeah.
You're quite right. Not that I ever, but I remember something of it. How did the development then took place from bicycle to motor bicycle?
It was a gradual process.
Yeah.
During the First World War, they developed a bicycle with an engine, basically.
Yes.
I think it was called the Flying Flea.
Yeah.
So it was a very lightweight bike that soldiers could pick up and carry with them if they had to. And I think they also then further developed that in the Second World War with the parachutes, and they parachuted
Makes sense.
the bikes in
Makes sense.
with the soldiers.
Just as a matter of interest for other people watching, if Vincent is still there, can you sort of like clear or clarify whether the Royal Enfield was made or went into production before Harley Davidson did?
When did Harley Davidson go in?
I can't remember.
40s, I think. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's been around since 1901,
Yeah,
basically.
I just know that it was definitely used in the First and the Second World War. But I cannot remember, and I should actually remember when the very first production or type, prototype was built by Harley Davidson, by the brothers. But that's not why we're here. We're
No.
talking about the Royal Enfield. Let's talk about how this motorcycle evolved from a military cycle. You can use your imagination. You go and look at the pictures, especially with the sidecars. I think they had a sidecar. It was called the Bullet.
Yes.
The Bullet sidecar.
Yes.
And the likes with machine guns mounted on them. And the reason why I mentioned this is that the Royal Enfield must have been a very robust, reliable motorcycle.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us about the production, what you see when you buy a Royal Enfield.
What you see is what you get. I mean, they haven't really changed the design much. It's still a very classical design. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. So, yeah, a very solid piece of engineering.
Story also has it that a lot of tours, especially the Himalayans, were done by or tackled by riders on Royal Enfields. Why that particular tour?
Well, it's the highest navigable road in the world. You get up to the top of India and into Nepal, and it's a great testing ground for the bikes. So yeah, Royal Enfield, I mean, going back a bit in the history, originally made in UK, in England. After the Second World War, the production went to India, originally for the spare parts department, and now since the 50s, the factory and all the development side was made in India. So, yeah, the new model Himalayan, which came out in 2017,
Yeah.
has been tried and tested in the Himalayas, and no better testing ground for them, really.
Yeah, that's the one we got in the picture there?
That's the one.
Is that the one? Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, we're going to come back to the pictures now. We've got a couple of pictures here. There we go. We're back. Just let's go back again, not that far in history, but then after the wars has ended, what happened then to the Royal Enfield? Did it become just a commuter bicycle before it entered the commercial market, the bigger commercial market?
Very much so. I think the population of India is over 1 billion now. Huge domestic market there for the bikes. So they're used every day on the tarmac roads such as they are, and the dirt roads as well. So yeah, when they started making them in India, I think over the years they've had their ups and downs, like any manufacturer. But yeah, thanks to the huge domestic market they have in India, and the price point now in Europe and America, Royal Enfield has now become the biggest global motorcycle brand in the world. You mentioned Harley Davidsons earlier. Yes, they're very popular, but they're also quite expensive.
Yeah.
Whereas the price point of these bikes comes in so much under the Japanese and the big American brands. And that's why they're proving so popular.
I must be quite honest with you. A couple of years ago, I would say about 10 years ago, a gentleman started or wanted to start a Royal Enfield agency in Namibia. I'm not exactly sure why they didn't continue with that. But at the time, the price was actually so attractive. The only thing that I was worried about was the smaller size engine. I think it was at the time only a 350, maybe a maximum of 550. That was the engine size of the Royal Enfield and nothing more.
Yes, the 500 Bullet's been very popular.
Yeah.
So that was the ones that were brought in from South Africa, I think, about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 500 Bullets. Yeah.
Another interesting thing about the evolution of the Royal Enfield was that for many years they kept the design, even the look and the paint job, very much traditional.
Yes.
You know, that pale army green, and then a little bit of I would say chrome, and the royal colors like the maroons and the blues. But then all of a sudden they changed those dynamics with electric starter, fuel injection.
Yes.
What happened during that time?
Well, keeping up with the modern world. Yeah, the fuel injection engine is obviously the way to go over the old carburetor system. Electric starts, just makes life a bit easier than the old kick starts. So yeah, and now the bikes they're producing now are coming with USB ports, for example. So
Really?
yeah, they keeping up with what people want these days on their motorcycles. So yeah, the retro days are over in terms of the electrics and the kickstarts, but the retro look is still very much there with the bikes.
I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad because if I could and I had some money now in my back pocket, I would really want to buy the old style Royal Enfield, with that sort of like faded green look, and the simplicity of it still attract me. Are they still available, or have they become collector's items?
Well, the 500 Bullet has gone out of production now. That's finished. So
Okay.
yes, that will become a collector's
Item, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we had a choice when we first started last December. We looked at the bullets that were already in Namibia to buy second-hand. We had that choice, or to buy new classic 350s from India, which were pretty much the same price as 7-year-old bikes here. So we decided to buy the new classic 350s, which really is it's a modern interpretation of the old Bullet, if you like.
On that point, let's spoil our viewers and listeners a little bit, and we're going to look at the pictures and that Sarah sent me. And then you can actually talk about that whilst we are there and just give us a bit of a description. Like I said, in the background, you can see the bikes, but the pictures are sort of nice quality. And let's go to the first one. There we go. That is our first picture.
Yes, that's our Interceptor model,
Yeah.
which is our workshop bike.
And engine size?
It's a 650.
Oh, that's a 650.
Yeah, so that's a fairly recent model from Royal Enfield. And they've also, from that engine, developed the 650 Meteor as well, which we hope to bring into Namibia very soon.
What would the difference be between because 650 is already, to me, a nice size that I can do a lot with.
Yes.
I will tackle long distance on a 650 easily.
Yes.
Tell me, is it a thumper, one cylinder?
It's 2 cylinders.
2 cylinders,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So it's a nice twin.
All right, there we go. And let's look at the next picture.
That's our lovely little 350, as I was mentioning earlier. We brought 5 of those into Namibia. And we've actually sold one fairly recently to a gentleman in Swakopmund. And he's a leather worker. And he's made some really nice leather saddlebags.
I can imagine. Why would the 350, according to you, be so popular in Namibia? Is it price? Is it weight? What is it? Reliability?
I think the price, as I mentioned earlier, the price point is very competitive, especially compared to the Japanese and American, European bikes. Reliability, yes, for sure. Economics. They run on an oily rag virtually.
I can imagine.
You know, the
kiss in the
range
whisper.
on a petrol tank is fantastic.
Oh, really?
So,
Do you want to dare a price on that? Do you want to share with the
yes,
stream?
yeah, they're going for about 82,500 Namibian dollars, plus VAT, plus extras if you want them, the crash bars and things like that.
Okay. Fully kitted, what do you think would the price be?
Fully kitted, around about 90.
90.
Yeah, depending on the crash bars and the luggage.
Now, that
available.
is something to consider. And I say that because we are day by day, and I can say this I think within reason, we are experiencing a need for an all-rounder, for Namibians to be able to commute, especially in the north, but it need to be affordable and reliable. I can imagine that parts would be readily available if you look at the population of India and the amount of motorcycles that is there and the ease of access to Namibia, that service center and parts would not be a problem.
Not at all, no. We've got a warehouse in Prosperita just down the road from here. So we've actually brought in 3 containers now from India. We have a fleet of 28 motorcycles, and we have all the parts and things we need to service the bikes
So it's
in our
really
workshop.
a solution, a single solution for a mass population busy to explode that will have and it will be accessible, ease of access, and then affordability and reliability. Let's look at our next picture here.
That's the Interceptor again.
That's the
from a
Interceptor, okay.
different angle.
Okay. Actually, quite a pretty picture there in front of the station.
Sure.
And there we got that one.
That's the Classic again, the 350 Classic,
Now,
just from a different angle.
and it got looks like saddlebags, what I
Yeah.
call saddlebags, what you call
So
them,
the-
containers.
It's a box to go on the back to put your packed lunch in, put
Yeah.
your sandwiches in. Get lots of sandwiches in there.
It's big. It's
yeah.
big. Have you got the amount of liter size?
That's about 30 liters, I think, that box. Yeah.
And you can fit it on both sides.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an option. And you can see on the front there the crash bars, just to protect the engine in the unlikely or unlucky event that it
You
goes
fall over.
sideways.
Yeah, you fall over. Good. All of them still have spoke wheels,
Yes.
so they have not changed into the modern world with.
Well, we do
auto-
have one classic model with the different wheels on it as well.
I would imagine that they would slowly start to change that as well, the look and feel of that.
Yeah, definitely. They really are developing the new colours. They really are coming into the 21st century now with their new designs.
We're going to quickly look at two more advertisers. I'm here with Chris Wright from Namibia Motorcycles. When we come back, we're going to look at another of their models and the one we're going to talk about, and then also the touring, the opportunity and the development for tourism. Beautiful contribution to the economy of Namibia, but we're going to talk more about that. In the meantime, let's just quickly say thank you to Varta. They are responsible for our battery packs, rechargeable batteries on a regular basis. And the most wanted man in Namibia right now, his name is Darren from Frosties. There's nothing like a cold whiskey or a cool drink or an orange juice with proper ice blocks. 081 227 4411. Make sure that you talk to Darren, phone him if you need anything more. And then also Jörg Duvenage, he's the man that supplies the best meat in Windhoek. 081 281 2421. So make sure that you contact Jörg. The week is running out, tomorrow's Friday, and talk about delicious meat. Smoke meat house, the best meat. I had some smoked meat last week. Go and look at the various or the options they have on the menu. They are just next to the swimming pool here in Windhoek. They got a variety. That menu is huge. You, the family, the friends, you can eat there, you can take away. But I suggest just go and have a look. It's absolutely just a must. Good to be back here with Chris. Now we're going to talk about this baby here. That one. And I referred to this, and I'm going to bring this picture and your logo together. And I want you to tell me the reason for this, the actual development, the interest in Namibia, the roots of Namibia, and to make motorcycles available to tour. Give us the background and tell us more about that.
Okay, sure. So we first discovered Namibia only as recently as last January. My partner Sarah and I, we did a motorcycle ride from Cape Town up to Kilimanjaro. We had a week or 10 days coming through Namibia. Fell in love with the beautiful country, the space, the silence, the people, and we decided to come back with our business partner, who has a sister company already up and going in Tanzania with Royal Enfield. So we've gone into business together in Namibia. And these bikes are the Himalayan 411 models, which are just perfect for Namibian roads.
Engine size?
411cc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, 24 horsepower. People say, oh, there's not enough power for me. But, you know, for Namibia, for the gravel roads here, you don't really need that much power. And we're using these bikes mostly for our tours. So we're operating fully supported and guided tours through Namibia. And they are just perfect bikes, as I say. If you want to do a little bit faster routes, if you've got the experience and the technical knowledge, you can get up to 100 kilometers an hour on a Himalayan, on the gravel, if you really want to. But for our tourist market, we don't want them to go too fast.
Absolutely ideal now.
They need to enjoy the scenery, stop and take photos, and feel safe and comfortable. And most adventure riders are actually coming from a bigger bike, BMW or Africa Twin. And so these little Himalayans are perfect. They're like a scooter for a lot of riders.
What's the weight on them?
The gross weight's about 200 kilos.
Okay, that's actually very good. Yeah, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
I just want to, before we talk about the technical detail and the bike equipped as we see it in the picture, I just want to go back to route development in Namibia. How did you go about picking or selecting your actual travel routes, or is it actually open to the tourist to decide?
Well, we have two options: fully supported guided tours. So we plan the routes, we plan the itineraries based on our experience when we came through Namibia last year, and our business partner Eric from Tanzania. He's been coming to Namibia over the last 20 years. And there aren't that many roads to choose from. It's a big country, but usually there's A road or B road. I mean, I must say the tar roads here are some of the best, if not the best tar roads in Africa, really. And I must say the gravel roads here are probably the best in the world for the adventure rider market. So yeah, it's just a country that's set up for tourism here. You know, it's very well geared for the tourist market, whether people want to come and do a 4x4 safari. But now with the two-wheel option, we can promote people coming on a motorcycle, which is just as you say here, a lekker way of seeing the country. You can just take in more of the scenery rather than being in a cage. So yeah, we've got several itineraries now for our fully supported guided tours. We mainly focus on the main tourist areas of Namibia, the Fish River Canyon, the second largest canyon in the world. We go to the coast, down to the lovely seaport of Lüderitz, and also the historic German town of Swakopmund. We also have routes going up to the Skeleton Coast and the Brandberg Mountains and that area.
Yeah. So you focus on sort of the more dynamic tourism routes and not the real bundu bashing. When I say bundu bashing, I'm talking about really the rough and tumble of Namibia, because those roads that's a different story. Another song for another lady, another day.
Up north.
Yeah, north
Not
and actually south. You know, to the south. But in saying that, there's so much more for opportunity or development, but then you need experience. You need you have to have that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, we grade our tours really to the intermediate to advanced riders.
Correct.
But obviously, as I said earlier, that there's some very good tarmac roads.
Yeah.
So for the beginner riders, the Skeleton Coast and the mountain tour is suitable for beginners to intermediates as well. So that's the main focus of our business. But we're also doing rentals. So people who just want to come and rent a motorcycle.
What motorcycle would that then be? That they
all the bikes we've seen.
that we've seen now.
Mainly the Himalayans are the ones that most people choose because of the off-road capability.
Yeah.
And, you know, they may want to do a bit of bundu bashing, as you say. Yeah.
With the picture on the screen right now, and our time slowly running out, let's talk about the bike and how it's equipped. What have you have there? That's if you go rental, that's what you're gonna get.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Tell us what.
The boxes on the back, they're also made by Royal Enfield in India. Aluminium boxes, 26 litres each.
Yeah.
Very sturdy, very strong. That's an optional extra if you want to rent the bike. So some people have their own soft luggage, for example.
Can you easily remove that?
Yeah.
Sort of like easy detachable.
2 seconds.
And you can carry it around.
You can do, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, if people rent them, we tend to we screw them on tightly and just ask people to leave them on, really.
Yeah.
They also come with the crash bars on the bottom there. You can't see it too well on that picture.
Yeah, I see it there at
just on the
front of the bottom of the section. Yeah.
Just covering the engine. You know, because some of the conditions on the roads, with a little bit of inexperience, people are fine on the gravel, and then they might hit a bit of sand and have a soft landing. So the crash bars just help. Stop the engine damage.
Talk to me about the tires. The compound. What do you use it especially for traveling, or is it a normal kind of an on-road, off-road kind of combination?
The bikes come off the container straight from the factory, pretty much ready to go. The tires are a Seat, which is an Indian brand, which we are replacing as they wear out with local tires from Dunlop. We're using the Dunlop Trail Max.
Okay, so it's a Dunlop mate. Yeah. Good. Anything else just to set the mind at peace in terms of suspension? And very important, the literage, the amount of liter in the tank.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it's very economical. 15-litre tank, and
1.5.
yeah,
Yeah.
1.5 litres. The range is 350 kilometres on that tank, plus sometimes up to another 50 kilometres on reserve.
At an average speed of I would say off-road between 80 and 100 kilometers.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's also a safe speed to ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's actually quite nice. It's ideal for two passengers, for passenger and pillion.
Yes.
Two people. That's actually what I
Absolutely.
want to say.
Yeah, very good suspension on the bikes, which we can adjust. We just had a group, a tour group last month coming from France, and they asked for the bikes to be dropped, to be lowered for four of their riders. They have 4 lady riders who are a little bit short in the leg.
So is it possible?
So we dropped the bikes. We just another inch lower, just to give people peace of mind. They can get their feet down when they're stopped.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's actually very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
One size fits all.
Yeah. No, it
Even
makes
a
sense.
tall bugger like me.
Yeah, yeah, you quite.
Very comfortable. The
Well,
seats are so comfortable.
When you
2-week
mention,
tour, we did 3,000 kilometers. I didn't get a sore bum at all. So I was very
what's really
pleasantly surprised.
two things. First of all, the proper suspension or the development of the suspension thereof, currently in use by Royal Enfield, and the other one is the seat by itself. That's something different.
Yeah.
And then the height of the handlebars, you know, also makes a difference.
Yeah. For me, no adjustments necessary. Just the standard factory bike was fine. Some people a little bit taller or longer in the arm or whatever, we can put risers on the handlebars.
A little bit of an extension.
Yeah, sure.
That little visor there, or your screen, as some people like to refer to it, is that comfortable enough at an average speed of 100, 110 without
Absolutely
picking
fine.
up wind
Yeah.
buffeting on your helmet?
Actually, some people ask them to be taken off. They prefer the wind in the face.
Yeah.
So we can take them off if they
Yeah.
prefer. But yeah, we like them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a high speed bike.
Stops the dust really. Stops a little bit of the dust coming when.
Good.
Which is a bit of an issue in Namibia.
I thank you so much for your information. Before we're going to go away, I just quickly want to mention tomorrow again, it's Food Friday. We're very proud to say that our braai breaking competition is being sponsored by Buck Pro. We're going to continue with that this month. And of course, the finals in January, where all the winners will then compete against each other in the final stages of this competition. And then we will announce who the actual winner or winners are. Some of the teams are 1 or 2 people, some of the teams are 3 people. But never mind, we're going to talk about that in the coming week. Tomorrow, in our Food Friday, at Kippie's Dance Bar in Jokers, right next to Ironhouse Gym, we're going to test one of their other pizzas on the menu, the Bamboer pizza. Interesting names they got for all of these pizzas, but it's going to be exciting. So make sure you join us tomorrow if you want to, between 10 and 11 there. We're not going to be here. I think that's, I just want to, one more advertisement, and that is the Rent-A-Kill, guys. 0811274422. You will notice all sorts of gedoentes, insects, goggas and things making their way into your home this time of year. Some because of the heat, some because of the drought, and then the interesting thing is the minute it starts to rain, you have the opposite. I've noticed in my house, all of a sudden, a couple of cockroaches. Now, I've never had that in 10, 12 years that I've been staying there. What they're looking for, no one knows. Where they're heading to, no one knows. Where they're coming from, no one knows. But what I do know is phone Rent-A-Kill and ask them for help. And then, of course, these other things flying around here, they can be quite annoying, but phone Rent-A-Kill and talk to them about that. Chris, thank you very much. I want to we haven't got your, we will put your information on the, in the comment section.
Thank you.
Your company information, Namibia Motorcycles, the actual address.
Cool.
We'll put it there. And remember, we also got Brian Volt's Bota. Moet ek kom afshow? Brian, does Brian have a... There, let's look there in the comment section. Does Brian have a... I think he got a... Maybe got a... what do you call it? Brian Wolf's boodschap. Moet ek kom afshow? I think he got a Royal Enfield. Brian, welcome to the show. In any case, of course, you can come and show off. You know, we'll still be here for a couple of minutes. After the show, we're going to have a cool drink or something cold to drink, and we're going to talk about. We still need to take pictures, but I'm now curious about Brian. Who knows? But thank you very much in any case for joining us on InfoStream. Brian, is baie lekker om van jou te hoor en ook almal wat vandag saamgesels het. Dit is absoluut wonderlik. Want nou môre is Food Friday. Dan is dit alweer die einde van hierdie week. En ek weet baie maatskappye het funksies, parties, einde van die jaar goed. So ons kom dit agter baie mense gesels later in die aand. Also remember that this show will be stored on YouTube and it will stay there forever. So you can always go and watch again the interesting discussion by Chris. Chris, bye, donkey. It was really, it took a long time for us to get together. But I think the next one will be maybe to have a couple of videos on your test runs or some information from your tourists.
Absolutely.
That have done the tour.
Yeah, we're in the process of talking to Royal Enfield HQ, becoming one of their official experiential partners.
Fantastic.
And we are actually in the process now of gathering testimonials from our customers, whether it's customers who've been on tour with us or customers that have come and rented a bike from us. Or we even had an English couple who shipped their bikes to Cape Town, rode through Namibia. We serviced their bikes for them, put new tyres on for them, and yeah, happy days.
Well, Chris, I think it's going to be time that I could make an appointment with you in the background and go back to my dream I had. That's before I bought the trike that I'm riding now. The dream I had about the other side of tourism, which is very, very much the leisure one.
Yeah.
Where you put on your tie and your jacket and your helmet, not the helmet, but the proper helmet. And you gently and slowly travel down the beach front, stop and have an ice cream or a cup of tea or a cold beer, and you move on to the next little stop and so forth. I think it's time that Namibia can do that, because I can just imagine traveling from a cold Walfish Bay past Long Beach, Langstrand, stop there for something to drink and to eat, and then proceed to Swakopmund, and you turn around at Wimpop 40 with you and your wife and or your dog or your grandmother or your mom-in-law in the sidecar. That's my dream.
Yeah.
I'll manage that for you.
Absolutely.
I'll manage that for you. Good.
You're welcome, Dirkas. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, InfoStreamers. Ons sien julle môre by Kippies Dance Bar, daar by Jokers. Kom kuier saam, gesels saam môre. Toets ek en Julia en die mense wat saam kuier. Altyd die mense wat saam kuier. Toets ons die bamboer pizza. From my side, blyf net my stories uit. Chris, any last word that you have?
What can I say? Royal Enfield, built like a gun since 1901.
Yeah.
We're here in Namibia.
Yeah.
We're doing rentals, tours, and sales as well. So yeah, we'd love to get some of these lovely classics on the road in Namibia, whether it's on the coast or cruising the city in Windhoek. They are lekker bikes.
That's another one.
Come down to Prosperita and see us.
Yeah, the history of Royal Enfield is beautiful. So is the ride and so is the price. And with those words, I'm going to leave you until the next time. From me, Dirkas and Chris and Julia there on the side bench. She's our new secret weapon. If they can do it in rugby, we can do it in InfoStream. We'll call her in when we need her last minute. Chris, bye, donkey. Thank you very much to you
very
and
much.
the team. Everyone that participated, bye, donkey.
Thanks, team.
We'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and you can also WhatsApp us. Please do us a favor and like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell icon, so you can get an update when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for now, hope to see you next time.